J Kratos. What's going on, Kratos?
What's up, everybody?
What's
Been
going?
good, man. Been good.
Everything's been good.
Today's a beautiful holiday for Sony and the PlayStation and the
Been good,
Spider-Man
man. Been
developers.
good.
Everything's been good.
Today's the review
Today's a
embargo is
beautiful.
over. It's getting rave reviews.
Mm,
A bunch of fake rumors have been squashed. A bunch
mm.
of people are in hiding right now. So
Man,
it's kind of spooky out there. But
it
it's
kind of spooky. Or is it spooky?
No, it's spooky. It's past spooky. It's Halloween.
Mm. Halloween. And listen here, man. Now of course, like I said, I'm getting a little late start. I've been out all day. I just got back. I just hopped out the shower. Getting the kids and stuff ready for school and registering lunchbox, book bags, and all that good shit here. Right, my handicap ass.
Hmm.
Right. So
Yeah.
I've been peeping at Twitter. I've been looking at things under the radar. I've been peeping. Uh, what's going on? And there were a few gamers out there on the front. I remember Kid Smooth. I think Diller was one. Even the guy was named Chris Start Kofi or Coffee or something. They started this
Yeah.
whole thing about it received a downgrade.
Hmm.
Spider-Man received a downgrade. Well, I mean, so what? Listen, I didn't watch the Digital Foundry. I have it up behind me in the background. Well, basically, what did Digital Foundry say at the time, or did they get a downgrade? Did it receive a downgrade? Like, what's the deal?
Well, several weeks ago, when Digital Foundry got the footage, they analyzed it. They said everything looks well. Everything looks good. They gave the resolution and the frames of Spider-Man. And then today, that when the embargo went up, not only did they do a 30-minute in-depth video, but they said that those rumors of downgrade are false. That this game was actually upgraded. So I mean, again, it's one of the games of the generation. It may be better than God of War when it comes to visuals. They show
Woo!
and here's the thing, right? Depending on the outfit that you choose, there's shiny ones, there's ones that's less shiny, different sheen, one that's matte. I mean, it's so many different outfits you can have. And I think what they did is somebody took a screenshot of one that was less shiny versus the one that they showed previously at E3 last year or something like that. That had it was a shiny sheen, and so they took that and kind of ran with it. So that was just one aspect. And then you have the whole puddle situation, the puddle gate. And there was a video that came out today that showed that it's not that the puddles weren't there, but depending on the angles
Today,
and the view you
today them.
were in the lighting, that when you walk closer, the puddles showed up in that particular area. So it was just a lot of stuff. I think people should have waited. They should have just shut up and waited for the stuff to go out. Here's the thing about it: all of this rumor started over some screenshots. Even after we've seen so many freaking actual gameplay videos that look astounding, but people wanted to run with the actual screenshots. So today they got to take that L.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. You'd be so kind if you just join in right quick. Hit the like button. I also, like I said, we're gonna talk about this downgrade, and also too, we got some major Xbox leaks. And this person that this information is coming from has been right in the past. He's always leaking Microsoft stuff. Some Project Scarlet exclusives. They're gonna come out. We're gonna talk about that also. But getting back to this guy, hold up. We ain't done with this Spider-Man thing yet. Hold on, we ain't done yet. Talk to me. So look. So Kid Smooth, shout out to God bless his soul, Kid Snooze, right? He did I won't say an 11-hour stream, but he did a stream though last Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Dedicated to about him being right and the PlayStation guys got to hold this L. Um, so basically, Kid Smooth was wrong.
He was wrong, and Dilla Gamer was wrong, and
Oh,
a bunch.
Dilla hopped on the hype train too.
Oh man, he went in with his technical analysis,
Oh
talking
man.
talking about ambient inclusion and stuff like that, and basically Digital Foundry and the developer, the Insomniac developer, slapped him down.
Mm.
So shout out to Red Dragon. He slapped Dilla a couple of times in the face, showed him where he was wrong, and so now all these jokers in hiding. We haven't heard from him all day.
Oh man, you being messy out there. Now I said, listen, I seen Dilla and all day going back and forth. Dilla hit all day like, you don't know what ambient occlusion is, but why am I even talking to you? Then all day throw the definition up there like this is beyond Z. You know what I mean? Look. Now we're talking about my credibility and integrity is always in question. I don't know why these jokers do that to themselves, man. You know what? I've always said this, right?
Yeah.
If it did, I mean, it's just the nature of the business. Sometimes games do get a downgrade before they come out. We've seen it with Division, Watch Dogs, and all that stuff like that. For the people, though, this is what I didn't understand, right? Real talk. For those that were hyping up this whole downgrade, that were on the rival platform, like such as the Xbox or whatever the case may be, even if you said it got a downgrade, it still looks better than anything graphically on your $500 Xbox. So I don't even understand why would they even choose that argument.
Exactly.
Even with a downgrade, my $400 motherfucking game, you know, on my $400. Oh no, I'm lying. On my how much is the PS4 Slim?
$189.
Looks better graphically than what's on your $500 goddamn machine. So why would they even still like? I don't understand this, man. Them jokers need to be bad over they picking the wrong arguments. But again, like I said, I seen them all hopping on this stuff, doing videos about it. I understand how YouTube is, you know, clickbait. You hop on that story why it's hot. But for them, listen. One thing about me, Kratos, I let them motherfuckers know for sure that I'm a fuck nigga, and that I graduated from fuck nigga university, top of my class, right? I mean, my integrity is always. But these niggas here, holier than thou, they ain't with that. No, they all about having credit and all this stuff in these YouTube streets, right? But again, like I said, will they be man enough to come out here and take this L? That's the question.
They won't. Even right now, all day I've been poking and prodding and trying to find somebody. I've been slamming them, and nobody's coming out. Nobody's biting.
Nobody.
So these guys are officially in hiding. They're in hiding.
They officially hiding. Hold on one second. Hold on. I'm gonna say, join me live. Let's talk about it. How Digital Foundry broke Xbox fanboys' hearts. And Project. Was it Project Scarlet or just Scarlet?
It was Scarlet. Scarlet. Just Scarlet.
Okay. Just Scarlet. All right.
Yeah.
Scarlet. Exclusives. Yeah, we got some juicy stuff here. Exclusive leaks. All right. Right click, cut, paste. All right. Now, we're going to talk about that too. Now, like I said, you have yet to play the game, right?
I have yet to play the game.
Okay.
Which is another reason why when they started talking about downgrade, I've been silent. I haven't really said much on the situation because I haven't played it myself. I talk a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, until I get my hand on it, I don't want to run full steam. I'm running from hell. I'm not trying to run to him.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we've seen a lot. There's a lot of gameplay out there.
Exactly. There's hours of gameplay that look amazing. So I don't get it. How can you have watched hours of gameplay, saw amazing footage, and turn around and believe in a screenshot? According to Insomniac, this screenshot not only was compressed, but it was posted to social media, which compresses it even more. So you losing all of this detail.
No HDR.
Exactly. No nothing. And you're gonna believe that screenshot that somebody pulled out the crack of their ass and posted over what your own eyes have seen. Like I don't get that, man. And these L's are warranted. There's no running from that. There's no backtrack. I got the screenshots. All these jokers out here was talking major smack. I got the screenshots, and they just gonna have to take that L.
Hey, you gonna take that L. I'm gonna
but here's a bigger picture, Z. Let me paint this picture for you, right?
Okay.
At first it was Uncharted 4, right? That couldn't possibly be gameplay. That was CGI. What happened? Uncharted came out. It looked better than the reveal trailer. And that's one. Then Horizon Zero Dawn. That can't possibly be gameplay. That's the next generation game. It came out looking better than what the original trailer was. God of War, same thing. You don't see this pattern that happens with Sony exclusive. Like, at what point have they let you down where you can say, "Oh man, they let me down"? They have continuously their first party exclusive. Even at E3, when they showed the Last of Us 2, you got dudes talking about this is oh, that wouldn't run on the Pro, that was running on a dev kit, or that was running on on the PS5.
Yeah.
It would. At what point do you say, okay, these guys are just good at what they do? They just have the developers that the Xbox developers don't. They just have the quality devs that Xbox just don't have. Just like stop. Year after year, game after game after game after game. You know, we saw it with Detroit. We saw it with God of War. At what point do you have to tell yourself, all right, these guys know what they're doing? Even though they got some weak ass hardware, they know how to maximize that shit.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, at what point? You know, and that is a very valid point. At what point do you stop doubting greatness? Right? No pun. No pun intended. Right?
Exactly.
No pun intended. Like I said, man, you know, I just want to see if Dylan and those guys, for those that doubted it or were wrong about the downgrade, I want to see if they're going to be, how you say, X-bot enough to come out there and admit their flaws and confess their sins. I wonder if they will do this. You know what I mean? Which they probably won't. They could probably claim media bias and digital Foundry been brought off. You're gonna hear all types of shit. You know what I mean? Hold
they
on.
already started. They already started that. Z. They already started it.
Yeah, he said. My man said plenty of puddles, plenty of tears, man. But like I said, man, I played a little bit of the game Sunday before we go into the juicy shit about the Project Scarlet or Xbox Scarlet exclusives.
What's your thought? What's your thought on it?
Oh, the game? Yeah, because you know, in the hood they don't stick to street days. They started selling it last Thursday, and they got it.
Yeah.
My nephew and my son got a copy, and they were going to play. Went down to my grandmother's house. They were down there. I seen them, you know, playing it. I played a little bit of it. Like I told you guys before, I'm afraid of heights extremely. And what I mean, I am. I remember, like I even said, when Assassin's Creed, when you climb up, you know, you first do the leap of faith. I felt that shit in my stomach, like, oh! And there was this one part, my nephew was running down a building, and then he dived off the building. I felt all that in my chest, stomach, like I was on a roller coaster. You know what I mean?
Oh man!
Listen, you could just, from what I've seen, and I watched them do some of the combat. You know, I had a little fights and stuff. The combos is cool. I give them that. I don't know what engine they're using, or I don't think it's but the combat kind of put me in, I would say, a little bit of Sunset Overdrive. Because one point I was walking across my web, sliding across my web. Yeah. A little Sunset Overdrive. Maybe Arkham, when you pounce someone in me and jump to the next, but more redefined. Like I give you an example, right? If we're gonna say, I told Chris Steele from the BGST show, right? And he's a huge Batman fan. See, me personally, I'm not emotionally invested in any of these characters, but there's Marvel, DC, good game. I don't, you know, you got just straight DC fanboys and hate, you know, Spider-Man. I don't get caught up in all that, right? So if we're gonna say that Arkham is the or you know, the Batman is the standard, they set the bar as far as superhero games. Spider-Man far surpasses that, and it's not to take a shit on Batman because it's newer. You understand what I'm saying?
It's newer tech. It's on the current generation. Of course.
But even the one you had on the one that you had on the PS4 and the Xbox One in 2015, 14, whenever it came out. It far exceeds that. More fluid. So, like, you know what I mean? I guess now, like I said, it's safe to say that Spider-Man is going to be the new bar when it comes to measure superhero games against. And that's a good thing, you know what I mean? It's a good thing, you know what I mean? Competition is good, right? Still stopping still. So now Warner Brothers or Rocksteady, whoever, they're going to have to step their game up and put out a better product. You know what I mean? And again, that's the way I look at it from, and not, how you say, so much of, you know, because I'm not into the whole Marvel fanboy thing or DC fanboy thing, but I'm just looking at it as far as from that right there. That Spider-Man, for what I played, not didn't play, you know what I mean? Maybe it might get repetitive an hour or two, and I don't know. I just played about 15, 20 minutes before I took my grandmother to Walgreens to get her prescriptions. So, but what I played, it was cool. It was dope. It wasn't too hard. You know, I was able, you know, but you say button man, I knew I was doing it first, pull up a cool couple combos, and it catches your eye at first. You know what I mean? He's floating in the ocean. Looks ill. Look at him, he's ill. I ain't even gonna lie. You know what I mean? A lot going on in that city. But even just I seen him swinging around in this city. I'm like, God damn! Like, you know what I mean? Like, the swimming, jumping, doing all types of flips, and I'm like, whoa! You know what I mean? like, yo, this shit is really cool. Like, you really is Spider-Man out there, motherfucker. You like really just swinging and flipping and swinging and flipping. Like, god damn, you know what I mean? But
well, see, that's the goal. That's the goal that they were going for, Z. And I can't wait to play the game. I haven't played it, but you know, I've been looking at all the gameplay footage and talking to people. You know, is it the best game ever made? Probably not, and I don't care if it is the best game ever made. But at the end of the day, you know, one thing you can say about those games is, you know, Sony tends to have a higher benchmark in quality of the game as far as pushing the boundaries of graphics. And I wish that the competition, I wish Xbox could, because they have the power. I wish they could do that. I wish they could push their developers to do that. Hey,
listen, to be fair, they got some juicy Xbox exclusive leaks. We're going to talk about that right now in a minute. But it's safe to say, and I'm not trying to piss off any DC fans in the chat. First of all, shout out everybody in the chat. I usually shout everybody out before we start. I just kind of shot it from the hip, spur of the moment. D-Web, Young Vladimir. Oh, shout out D-Web. Up his Patreon support for your good brother. I appreciate it. My man, you know, who got behind the platform. And, you know what I mean? Please, thank you from the bottom of my heart, D-Web. Appreciate it. Young, what's shout out everybody in the chat, right? And again, I'm not trying to piss off any DC fans, right? But I will say this. If we gave the crown, like I said again, by default to Batman Arkham, right?
Yeah.
As being setting standards for a superhero game, right?
Yep.
I can honestly say that Spider-Man has surpassed that. But, you know, man, I won't say by default because it's, like I was telling Chris Steele, yes, because he's a huge, like I said, Spider-Man. Even, shout out to Mass. Mass is a huge Batman fan, right?
Yeah.
It surpassed that because, again, it just feels newer. Just feels dated. I mean, I'm gonna give you an example, right? I'm gonna put up behind me some Arkham gameplay and just look at them comparing the combat between the two. You'll see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You know, it's just
it looks newer. It looks like it's a reminiscent of the Arkham series, the Batman series, but it's more refined. And again, it's not Batman. It is, you know, it's not by Rocksteady. It's by Insomniac. So of course they're going to take, you know, a lot of the stuff that they enjoyed and that they learned from Sunset Overdrive and use it in Spider-Man as their base. And nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah.
But the mere fact that you're saying that it has surpassed the Batman series, then that tells me that, I mean, if you love Batman, right, how are you going to hate Spider-Man?
Well, you know, like I said, you know, this thing goes deep. It's like the Hatfields and the McCoys. We're talking about, you know, just like I said, the Hatfield and the McCoys. We're talking about, you know, DC versus Marvel, and it's not this, you know, not to shit on it. Like, you know, I heard one guy say, "Well, it's only reason because I wasn't even talking about visually because it does look better visually, you know what I mean, than Batman." This game, I didn't realize this game is 3 years old. You know what I mean? I was trying to find some combat that I could put on the screen, and you know. And you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, like it just looks stiff compared to how fluid
Spider-Man is.
Yeah, it does. It just feels stiff in my opinion. You know what I mean? You know, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah. Well, again, the Metacritic for Spider-Man is really high. You know, really high up there. So I mean, you know. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be messing right now, Z, and I keep telling these boys never bet on green, always bet on blue.
You shout out, bro. You said never bet on green, always bet on blue.
Yeah, and you know what makes it even worse today?
What's that?
Mikey Barra had the nerve enough to still tweet out today throwing shots about Sony and not.
Well, I thought that was yesterday.
I saw it today, so it could have been. Yeah,
yesterday, you talking about the whole crossplay thing.
Yeah, he's. I mean, it's borderline stalking. How are you stalking?
Hey, yo, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, right? He might feel cocky because, like I said, we're gonna talk about these rumors in a minute. He might be feeling cocky because of the new. Well, you know, I guess it's not leaks to them because they work at the company. Some of the leaks and stuff. It's true. Like I said, we're gonna talk about these Project Scarlet leaks in a second. And this guy has been leaked it. You know what I mean? Has been very credible in the past. Very credible in the past. Google. He's been very very credible in the past. You know what I mean? So but like I said, I guess before we segue into another thing, well, what are your thoughts about the whole crossplay? Are you against it? Or are you for it? Or like, where do you officially stand?
I'm impartial. I don't care because I don't typically, when I buy my PlayStation, it's to play with my PlayStation friends. When I buy my Xbox, it's play with my Xbox friends. It's two totally different crowds. They never meet. Now I get it, right? I get the idea. Well, if we had crossplay, then we can see how good PlayStation guys are against Xbox guys. But you don't even like each other on social media. What makes you think you're gonna play games with each other? I mean, it's two totally different crowds, man. It really is. And I don't think that it should make or break anything. If they allow it, they allow it. If they don't, they don't. I would rather Microsoft to put more energy into their own games and making Xbox the best box it can be than to keep doing what they're doing, because it's almost cringeworthy.
Okay, look, I don't know if you probably can't see the podcast, but whatever. Like right now, I have up some combat from Arkham Knight, and it's seeing like and comparing that to Spider-Man, like I said, it just seems very dated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that Insomniac did take some of this stuff from like where you jump from one enemy to the next. I guess you can say that, but it's superheroes, right? But again, like but comparing the two, I gotta say that, it's a little dated compared to what Spider-Man is doing, a little old school, just like my man here. You got Jet Li as Spider-Man, and Arkham Knight is Jim Kelly. A little old school, you know what I mean? A little old school. Batman is Chuck Norris or some shit like that. You know what I mean? A little old school, man.
Exactly.
A little old school. Chat. Hold up right here. Somebody just shut something in the chat. Give me 1 second. I'm back with you. Somebody put something in the chat. Hold up. I don't know what it was. Or somebody subscribed. I just didn't go off on my screen in front of me. Okay, Harry Helene. Looks SOTR looks like trash compared to this. What the hell? What's SOTR stands for? What's that previous for?
Shadow.
Okay. Shadow of the Tomb Raider looks like trash compared to Spider-Man. I guess Crystal Dynamics made a dollar deal with the devil, Microsoft, and sent Shadow to Game Pass day one. That's the rumors coming to Game Pass day one.
It's not looking too good, Z.
Look, I saw the look. I'm bringing it up right here behind me. I had some gameplay from Digital Foundry. Now I don't know what footage we seen on, like you said, shit can be downgraded on what do you call it? What do you call that shit? Shit can be downgraded on social media. That gameplay, that clip was looking horrible. But I played some other gameplay, and my player hit behind me. That didn't look bad. That looked like they was what they were showing off on E3. And this is coming from this is from the Xbox One X Digital Foundry showing. It didn't look that bad. You know what I mean? It didn't. Now that shit that they showed on that little shit that hit social media yesterday, I'm like, ew, what the? Oh, hell no. Maybe that was taken off the older hardware, 2013 hardware. I don't know. Or shit might have been fucking, I say compressed because of social media. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this here,
let's give it that. Okay, let's go there. Let's give it that. Let's just say, okay, maybe the clip wasn't in the best light. Here's the problem with that game, with Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The problem is that particular developer threw shots at Naughty Dog and said that The Last of Us 2 footage was not real, couldn't possibly be real.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So guess what? Instead of putting that energy into your own game and making it a masterpiece, why you shitting on somebody else's masterpiece that clearly outshines yours? You know? So Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that developer there has a lot to has a lot to live up to.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Just order it. I gotta come back and I go back when I get it. Just order it. I'm on it though. Alright, so anyway, so Yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, he threw shots at the developer from them saying there's no way it can be real. But this shit doesn't look bad. I'm looking at it right now. This is on the Xbox One X. Looks amazing. You know what I mean? What they're showing here.
Yeah.
But like I said, now I don't know what they showed previously was on older fucking hardware. But again, they did call out the Naughty Dog developer, saying ain't no way in hell. Now, to their defense, they said they're working on a new technique, something they haven't tried before, whatever the case may, you know. So we shall see as far as that. Though. But I am looking forward to the game. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, Z. That Tomb Raider game is to tell you the truth. Spider-Man is taking all the publicity away from
Spider-Man is taking away everything. People are not even talking about Assassin's Creed. No one's talking about...
That's true. That's true.
No one's talking about nothing. Bro, I mean, listen. God damn it. GameStop called me yesterday. Told me I could pick my game up tomorrow. Wednesday. They called me I can get it early. You know what I mean? You know, they said I can get the man said, hey, I can come get mine, pick mine up tomorrow. I got the collector's edition or whatever, right? Nobody's talking about nothing. You know what I mean? But, no one's talking about 2K. Well, I'm just talking about everything right now is revolved around Spider-Man. That's why I said don't be surprised if Spider-Man outsells God of War. It's a much bigger IP, a bigger budget. We can see from the advertisement. You know what I mean? And again, we talk about Marvel's. Between Marvel, DC, anything. When it comes to merch and stuff, licensing, nothing's bigger than Spider-Man.
That's true.
Hold on. True. Shout out to Lionel Balls. He said Sony better hurry up and open that checkbook to buy Sonic before someone like Microsoft LOL gets them. You're right about that. You know what I mean? You're right about that. You know what I mean? You're right about that, Lionel. But like I said, I'm gonna bring a shout out to everybody in the chat. Garuda, everybody there. I'm gonna bring up some of these rumors. I know somebody got a lot of Xbox guys talking about these leaks that's coming. And listen, I'm gonna say this right here, right, to my Sony brethren. You know I'm PlayStation to the death of me, right? Look at me. Look at my face. Yeah. You know I'm a hell of a father. You believe me, don't you, Kratos? I bleed blue. Literally. All our blood is blue. Your blood doesn't turn red until it hit the air. You didn't know that. All our blood is blue. You know what I mean? It's when it hits the air that it becomes red. True fact, right? Now, with that being said, what I'm about to say right now is good for gaming, right? Overall. Yeah. The fact Microsoft acquired these developers, and now we have a glimpse on what they are working on, and I'm excited. So at the end of the day, regardless of what platform, such as yourself, Cradle, I know that you're a PlayStation guy, and I know that you're a hell of a father. But you prefer PlayStation, I get it. I'm there with you. But overall, you're a gamer. That's what it's all about, the games, right? So just calm down, just hold the booze and stuff. But we're gonna talk about some of this. Actually, let me bring up the actual thing here. Click to expand. Let me right click and copy. Now this leak was on what's the name of this site here? Let me put here. Resetter. Wait, hold on one second. Let me bring it up. Resetter. They have all the technical leaks to come from sometime. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, this guy here, what's his name? Bits and Pieces Brow. He's always leaked a lot of stuff before, and it's all been, you know what I mean, it's pretty much spot on. I mean, everything, you know what I mean? So this is what he's saying, the roadmap for Microsoft, Project Scarlet, and the exclusives that are to come out. Now, this is a big thread dedicated to Microsoft. I just have here, I will put the link in the chat. If you guys want to check it out for yourself, you can. But these are, this is the roadmap to what they have coming out and for us the future. All right. Now me and Chris were just talking about this a little bit off the air, and he said right off the back a little alarming. Damn, this is gonna take a minute, right? We are talking like I said about the future, and it is gonna take a minute from what we're seeing here, right? Off the bat, we got Ninja Theory. Now this is a good thing. Now, Ninja Theory has a project that's slated to release in 2019. I know after they finished, what do you call it? What's the last game they came out with? Hellblade. They said they even when they said they were already working on something. I don't know how big this project is. Maybe it may not even be a AAA game. Would you consider Hellblade a AAA game, or what would you consider that as?
No, it's an indie game because it's not very long, and I think when people classify AAA, right, it's based on the budget. And this game clearly had a small budget. The game came out at $29.
Hmm.
So that's an indie game, and it was an indie studio. So Ninja Theory is not a triple A studio.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So again,
That,
so
but that's not to say that they can't make triple A games,
that's
or
what I'm
because
talking
their
about. So
game. Their game was like Hellblade was a graphically intensive game. It was a great game.
yeah.
I don't want to take anything from it. So you don't necessarily have to have the big blockbuster AAA budget to put out a graphically demanding game. You just have to do it.
All right. Yeah. So like I said, 2019. I know they were already working on a project, and this project here is supposed to see the light of day in
Mm-hmm.
2019. So that sets Microsoft up for what next year they have some type of Forza game again. They got
Yeah.
Gears of War 5, and looks like for sure we have something from Ninja Theory. Now, not including what else they may have deals outside of this from second party or third party, but this is
Yeah.
was coming from within house. This is their roadmap here, okay? And again,
Hmm.
I won't even say take this with a grain of salt because I would say more 90%, because this guy's been spot on many times in the past, right? So we got
Hmm.
Ninja Theory's project in 2019, and right back up about it again, they have another project releasing in 2020. Now, I think we more or less can probably all agree that both Microsoft and Sony will have new hardware out for 2020.
Hmm.
So their next title may be a Xbox or what do you call it? We gonna call it Project Scarlet or
Scarlet, just Scarlet, just Scarlet.
Scarlet exclusive or whatever the case may be. That's coming up in 2020. Here's again some more juicy shit here. Playground Games. No brainer. They have Forza Horizon 4 coming out. What year is this? 2018.
Hmm.
2020, again. They're gonna hit us with Forza Horizon 5. All right.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a given.
a given. That's no brainer. Undead Labs, the creators behind State of Decay 1, State of Decay 2, their new title in a shared world, much bigger shared world. So, boom. Because again, the first one kind of, well, sorry, the second one, some small improvements over the first, as far as the co-op, even though it wasn't story progression, was what I just can't agree with that. You know what I mean? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I didn't like that, but this one talking about the shared world, and it's supposed to expand on really what they got wrong with the second one. You know what I mean? So they
Yeah.
listen. The second one was supposed to expand really wrong what they got wrong with the first one. It just gave us minor increments of upgrade or whatever the case. But this one right here is supposed to do away all the wrongs and really a full immersive, live, interactive, open world that's alive, and I'm excited. It's what it can be because again, what the like I said, the thought of what we call it, State of Decay, and what the promise it could have been, and what we got, I think it kind of
Hmm.
fell short. You know what I mean? It has a lot of problems, like a game like that, open world survival. You got your base camp, outreach. You know what I mean? A lot of shit you can do
Yeah.
with that. You know what I mean? And again, they're supposed
Yeah.
to expand on that because they now again they said they have a bigger budget. They have the full backing behind Microsoft, and guess what? The power of the goddamn cloud, right? All that good shit, right? So they're supposed to expand
Yeah.
on that in 2020, 2021. Their game is supposed to be seated done. I'm going to say most likely 2021. It's already 2018.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2021. So this again is supposed to be a Project Scarlet or Scarlet game.
Hmm.
This right here brings a smile on my face. Playground Games again, a no-brainer. Fable 2021.
Okay.
Saying 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Now this is going back to what you said. Like, God damn, we got to wait. It's a long time. We wait for we see some of this shit here.
Yeah. Yep. Listen, while I applaud the effort and I think these games are going to come out and a lot of them are going to be good. Some of them may be a dud. We just don't know until we see it. It's what mid part of 2018, and what are we playing right now? I mean, we're playing Sea of Thieves and State of Decay,
Yeah, nothing is
and
good.
then we're waiting for yet another Forza. I mean, what are we gonna? I don't know, Z man. It's fuck. Looking across the aisle, right? Looking at the guys over there, they got shrimp, they got lobster. I mean, they eating pretty good over there.
Yeah.
They happy, they cheering, they got subway trains and billboards and buildings. And looking over here, it's like shit, there's nothing on the horizon, man, until next generation. So, you can say what you want. Yeah, Gears will probably come next year. Um, But again, it's Gears. I mean, I don't know, man. It depends on the expectation. That may be okay to some people. Some people may be okay with that. They may be like, look, I don't care about these exclusives. As long as I have my Madden and my 2Ks, I'm okay. But for a lot of other people, they didn't spend $500 to be, playing these. You get what I'm trying to say, right? I'm not.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. For the most part, those that went out and bought a Scorpio or even say a Pro or a small demographic, and you have your big base that has the standard hardware, right?
Yeah.
Again, most of those that get the Pros or Scorpio, or they say the enthusiasts and the hardcore, no matter what Sony or Microsoft drop, they're gonna go out and buy that hardware, right?
Yeah.
A lot of, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I infiltrate the Xbox camp. I'm still in some of the chats and the DMs. They're okay with waiting the next generation.
That is not. Listen,
bro, I'm not saying it's cool. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, yeah. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Hey, Adam. Yeah, I seen your tweet, but I couldn't show that on air. I ain't want no flags on my channel, man. I seen your tweet. Yeah, but like I said, they're okay. They're happy, like I said, with the roadmap. Boom. You know what I mean? Now, here's the thing. We don't know. Now, I guess Ninja Theory, they say, I like them as a developer. You like them. Playground game. I like Playground games. Like me, what has my, I'm a huge Fable fan. I'm very interested and intrigued what Ninja Theory is going to bring. Now, again, like I said, you're talking about Playground Games Fable 2021. So, like I said, new hardware come out for the X or whatever. Scarlet comes out in 2020. Fable will be here the following year. It says Compulsion Games. Which one? Who the hell was Compulsion Games? What did they make? Was that We Happy Few?
Yeah.
Their next game is going to be 20. I don't care for him. We Happy Few, but that's going to be 2021. And the initiative, the Quadruple A Studio, their big triple A whatever bank is going to be here, 2022. Right now.
Yeah.
This is what they do. This is what they rectify the problem. We're talking about 2018. We're talking about their titles at least 4 years off, right?
Yeah.
Even so much with Ninja Theory, they're talking about they're going to have a title in 2019. We should have seen something from a glimpse of studio art, something.
Now.
Yeah. This is how you wage the difference. You cool down the fanboys on either side. You have to show something. At least, and again, we got this leak, and this words, but we have to. I'll give it some concept art. Look what Sony when they did out there with Dreams. If Dream ever came out, come out that motherfucker, fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? Something.
Exactly.
Oh, what's up, my brother Ruhan, man? Back up in here. What's up, man? I'm back up in here. What's up? Chilling on, man. I'm here with my brother Jay Kratos, man. That's what they ought to do. Like I don't know. They don't have any new shows. I know also too that Rare has a project that they're gonna show off in April of next year. Well, next year.
Listen, Z. Rare.
Start your
as
shit.
Much as I know, listen, I'm not gonna shit on them, but what I'm gonna say is, with Rare, we got to take that wait and see approach, right? Because their track record, look what they've made. Sea of Thieves was their last big hit, I guess, if you want to call that. And so, they're known for giving us those cartoony style games. And I think on the Xbox, I'm looking for the more realistic type, pushing that GPU to the limit. And those are the games I'm looking for. I think those are the games that you look forward to. We it's okay to take some of those cartoony games, but you got to have the other big stuff to go with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hold up, Lionel Bolton said, to sum it up, the Xbox fanboys this gen, they've been waiting on something to wait for. LOL. Now listen, hold up. Let's not be messy. Lionel, let's not be messy. Let's be respectful.
Wait to E3, right? And then wait to Gamescom, and then wait to Excel. Shit, wait until Excel. I don't know.
But listen, wait until Excel. Listen now again. What they do, and listen, Microsoft and you guys that are watching this show, watching this dog show, this is what you do, right? Now again, if like I said, if this is correct, and this guy here has been spot on many times in the past. This Ninja Theory, whatever they work on in 2019, maybe again, you have to show some glimpse, whatever for the future, what I mean? Because I don't. And listen, let me tell you something. I was always on the one. Never had a problem with Microsoft showing things early. And games get delayed all the time. That's just the nature of the business. But when you cancel those games and they don't have nothing to replace those games, then it's a problem, right? See, that's what I'm talking about with the fanboy banter. And I'm not trying to be messy, but even with Xbox fanboys say, well, look, Sony are showing games that are coming up 2 years, and so the fuck what? They're coming. What's wrong with that?
Exactly.
So
we know they're not. We know they're not getting canceled, and then they have other games, even though they're smaller, right? They still have the other games, and then the VR on top of that to keep the fan base busy. So while you might not get all this big blockbuster AAA all the time, they keep you busy with the AA and then the indies, and then
I think
there's always something.
I think I might have turned pony. It might have been E3 2016, right? And yesterday, that's probably the best E3 that either one of them, I think, that Sony had, because what they showed, I wasn't expecting. The Spider-Man, the God of War, what else they showed? All that shit, Days Gone, all that shit was out from left field, right? And it wasn't a long show. And I remember I was moved. It might have been moved. What they're showing you're not going to get for 5 years from now. So what is fucking coming? Like it gives you a roadmap to be excited about the future. See, there's one thing I don't like with either fanboy do. Anything depicting their favorite company in a bad light, you gotta be honest. Like I said, if you gotta call the ball, strike a strike. You have to come out there and spade a spade. You have to come out there, motherfucker, and be honest and call it for what it is. Shout out to my brother Harry and Lean. He said Microsoft has hit the side of that ditch where they try to at least hit the road with one wheel before announcing this huge plans for roadmaps. He said Microsoft hit the side of the ditch. But they were trying to hit the road with one wheel. God damn. So hit the road with one wheel before they announced a roadmap. Are you playing? Now listen, hey, Harry, come on, Harry.
This is what you're saying. All right. Even though Sony shows their roadmap, let's say 5 years ahead, right? That shows you what they got cooking in the kitchen, right? You know it's gonna come eventually. When Microsoft don't show anything, that keep people wondering. And here's the thing, I find it ironic, right? That people can down Sony for showing games 5 years in the future, but then the Xbox community gets all up in arms over rumors that they've heard Joe Blow say this, and this game is coming, it's a rumor, and it never happens. What happened to the Elite controller, Elite 2 controller? That was a dud, right?
What happened to all these? Hey, no, not like this. What's that meme? That bitch from the Matrix? She was like, no, not like this. Hey, nah. Man, I forgot about Elite 2.0. God damn it.
Yeah, you getting hyped up over alleged rumors, not rumors, but alleged rumors, and you're running with it. But then when Sony show you something, a screenshot or some footage or something, and say, hey, this doesn't have a date on it, but it's coming, you shit on that. I don't get it. The hypocrisy and all of this generation has been hilarious. But you know what? It turned out the way I thought it was going to turn out. And hopefully next generation, when we start over from scratch, hopefully certain people can humble themselves and realize, hey, we need to take a wait-and-see approach when it comes to Microsoft.
Yeah. Well. Again, like I said, this is a roadmap here, right? Now, what I'm saying, and this, I'm gonna look at the glasses being half empty here, right? Ninja Theory, Playground, and their last Playground social games, and then the initiative, right? Now, in between those games, these are say AAA games. In between those games, you're still gonna get your Gears, your Forzas, and your Halos, right? And whatever else they come up, right?
Yeah.
Before on Twitter, they type it.
We happy for you too.
Yeah. My man Blino Bolt said Kratos, Phil Spencer could fart on Twitter and they hype it. But no, I'm just saying though, right? So, just to be fair, right? I'm gonna try to be as
biased.
Okay, so here's the thing, and what I'm saying, this is much better, right? What I mean by between your Gears, your Forzas, and Halos, this generation, all the sorts, the PlayStation tells the tail end. We got Sea of Thieves, Lucky Tales, and shit like that, right? Zoo Tycoon, Disney Rush, Recore. This is much better. Whatever Ninja Theory on, I can guarantee, even though I haven't seen the game, I can guarantee it'll be better than anything we had on the Xbox probably in the last 2 years.
That's true. Well. That's true. I'm with you.
You know what I mean? Playground, okay, they're good developers. Of course, we got Fable, dope. The initiative, there's going to be something, where they're hyping it. I hope it's going to, pans out, be better than what we've got. You know what I mean? So you took clearly a roadmap.
It has to be. It has to be, Z.
I mean,
It has to be better than what we got this.
In a perfect
Yeah,
world.
it has to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can't continue to make fucking 60s rated games, all the way into fucking 2030. I mean, something has to hit. Something has to catch fire. And I think the games that you, or the studios that you announced, I think those will do well, But here's the thing, though. I'm glad they're doing that, but Z, you like you said, you're looking at the glass from the other side, the glass half full.
Okay.
What do you think the competition has been doing or is going to do? There is rumor that the PS5 is going to launch next, October, November? So with that being said, you don't think that they already have their Uncharted team that used to work on Uncharted? You don't think that they're working on a new IP? You don't think that all of their other developers that have been kind of sitting still, not announcing anything, you don't think they're not working on something? You don't think the next Gran Turismo 7 is being worked on? While I get it, right? They're already working on the next generation of games.
Oh yeah, for sure. Here's the thing, though. I don't think Sony's gonna launch in 2019. The reason why I say that is because you still have yet to launch The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and that's going to at least. And again, let's be clear: Sony's, and this is my opinion. I don't think there any rush to go before 22 because they're selling each. They're making so much money right now, right? And the money is to be made on the software side of things. They really don't make their money from the hardware, the software side of things. You know what I mean? And they're selling a shitload of fucking software now.
To be fair, Z. Yeah. To be fair, last generation, Gran Turismo 6 launched right after the PS4 launched. Right? The Last of Us. They're one of their biggest selling IPs ever. Launched right before the PS5, literally like the same year. So it is not out of the imagination that they wouldn't launch next year.
Listen, here's the thing, though. You got to realize that The Last of Us, when that launched, it's not as big as The Last of Us is right now.
No, I get it. But it launched on the PS3, knowing that the PS4 was about to launch.
Yeah, it came out in the spring or whatever the hell, and then the PS4 came out in
the fall.
Fall. Again, with a game like The Last of Us with the multiplayer alone, and let's be honest with you, even if the Sony does come out and say with the PlayStation 5 in 2019, they're not going to have a game to compete, their own game to compete with The Last of Us 2. Not yet, right? And they want to give gamers to say, hey, come on over. You know what I mean? Even if we're going to make our money back I want to make some more money back right now. You know what I mean? I don't see them putting that game out right before the launch of the PlayStation 5 because, to be honest with you, the hardcore are going to go out and buy it, but it's the casual. You know what I mean? Like
you don't think those games are going to be cross generation?
I do. But that's not. We can be honest with you, right? A lot of both Microsoft and Sony didn't sell the bulk of their consoles until they stopped putting Call of Duty and all those games out on the 360 and the PS3. And with 2015, 2016, that's when they really took off, and Sony really took off. You know what I mean? They don't sell. Yeah. But again, to us, we want the best, greatest label. But my motherfuckers should still look fine. You got to give you an example, right? The majority of the PS4 owners have Slims. They don't even have a Pro.
Yes, you're right.
They're fine with that. My shit look just as good as yours. And go. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
No,
there's probably 60 million Slims in a while, and maybe 18 to 20 million.
I think 15 million.
Yeah. You may be right. But keep in mind. Right. Okay. This system launched in 2013. We are heading towards 2019. This generation is over. I mean, Sony has already went on record saying they're wrapping up this generation. I don't see them sticking around for another 2 years. Sony doesn't have the amount of money that Microsoft have to wait for the sales to slow down. They got to hit while the iron is hot. They got to make that transition in stride because once those sales go down, I mean, that's their company. So I don't know. I'm just saying caution
Okay,
it's not out of the
here's the
out of the
thing.
realm of them not.
Maybe
Yeah,
we can agree on this, right? You're
yeah,
right, and Sony's main business is the PlayStation the hardware, right? And they
yeah,
use their exclusives to sell their hardware, right?
yes,
So again, they ride in the back of Last of Us 2 selling a shitload of PlayStation 4s.
yeah,
You're gonna have a Last of Us 2 themed PlayStation 4 Pro.
yep,
Guaranteed, write it down right here. You know what I mean? You might even get
yep.
one for the Ghost of goddamn Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Days Gone.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. That's also packed here. So you think we're gonna get Last of Us 2 next year in 2019?
I think that'll be honestly. I'm going to be truthful. I think that's going to be the last game that comes out on the PlayStation 4.
So like, I mean, and again, because next year for sure we got what do you call it? We got
Days Gone.
Days Gone. That's for
Ghost of
sure.
Tsushima. Yeah,
I
Ghost
don't,
of
you
Tsushima.
think it's 2019?
I do. I think it because at PSX they said that all of those games have already been worked on for a minimum of 4 years already.
Hey,
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Like all of those games that they had announced already had already been in the pipeline for fucking 4 years, already been being built, but they hadn't said anything about it. So and Sony has a lot of studios. They have a lot more than Microsoft. They got their A team, their B teams. Look at the Last of Us, and again, they killed off Uncharted, right? They killed off Drake. So what is that team doing right now? They're probably helping finish off The Last of Us, but they're also started on something else. They already said it'll be something totally different. So we know that game is being worked on. So they're gonna have some stuff coming
hey,
for next generation.
hey, hold on. Harry Helene said Halo, Gears of War, and Forza with 3 wheels on the road. And one of they ditched last year. Sony took a dirt bike of excitement and wheeled up from the ditch with new IPs. God damn it, Harry. God damn,
Man.
dog. Knew he was alone.
Here's another thing, Z. Let's forget the sequels, right? Let's forget the sequels to all the games that Sony has already showed. What about all the new IP that they're working on? We know every generation they typically launch about 3 brand new IP per generation that they can extend upon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what about that? God of War, we know that that's a trilogy. So they're already working on part 2 to that. Um, I mean, it's just so many other things that they could do. The indie games, the third party marketing deals. I think Sony has already sold all of their customers on the PS5, no doubt. They've
Mm-hmm.
already solidified that. So I don't think there's a lot of pressure on them to launch or to not launch. They could launch next week, and they know by the time a year or two pass when the big games start being ramped up, the next infamous Second Son or something like that, or the next Killzone or something like that. Once that stuff gets ramped up, they know the people are going to be there. They already got the Mindshare. They already got it. They solidified that with God of War and with The Last of Us and Uncharted and now Spider-Man. They've solidified there. Nobody is saying, man, next generation, I don't know which system I'm going to pick. Nobody is saying that. The Xbox guys are probably going to choose the Xbox. The PlayStation guys they have no choice but to pick PlayStation. They like the new blockbuster exclusives. They like having that positive energy and constant game. People like winners. They're addicted to winners, and that's kind of what Microsoft is going to have to work towards. They're going to have to work towards being a winner. It's just like the iPhone versus the Samsung. The iPhone has the mind share because it doesn't matter if the Samsung phone is better or not than the iPhone. They control the mind share, and that's why people go.
Well put. I'm just want to say, right? Not to be all doom and gloom. This is, like I said, these rumors are correct. This is a peep into the future, and we don't know what these games could be or would be. Maybe they may be all of them. Which I hope they do. Even the Sony guy, you should guys hope that Ninja Theory's games and Playground, you think, you should hope. Just being a gamer. Forget platform. Just regardless of platform. Just being a game. I hope each one, all 70s, I hope they're awesome fucking games. What's gonna happen? That's gonna put the fire in the Sony ass for them to go out there and create awesome fucking games. And if it's being a gamer, I got a great game to play. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Wait,
exactly.
Hold up. Post want to come here shouting. Hold on 1 second.
Lord.
Lord.
Don't let that sucker in here. Close the door in his face.
Come in here screaming and shit. Now hold on now. No, hold on.
He coming in here looking for a contract. That's what he coming to look for. Post want that contract.
He come in here screaming.
He sold. That Spider-Man sold him.
Come in here screaming. Yeah. Yeah, word up. Like, them niggas, I'm just sitting posted the link.
All right. Yeah, but here's the best part about Next Generation, right? It's a do-over. And Phil can walk in and he can say, look, I'm going to undo everything that I did last generation. I'm going to walk back what I said about the exclusive. We're going to start having true exclusives again. We're gonna start having this. We're gonna start having. He said this generation. He can backtrack that stuff, and people will be okay with that. I hope Xbox does have games only on Xbox, not on PC.
Yeah, I'm with you with that.
But I want them to force me to buy into their ecosystem. Therefore, they have no choice but to give me games that I'm looking for if they want me to buy it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Here we go.
Post. Don't come
Post.
Sign
the contracts. Post.
Don't come in with your shit. Post.
He gonna come in here eating some chicken or something.
Yeah. Just crunching on some cabbage. The crunchiest cabbage eating nigga in the world. I mean, hold on. Let me see something. Let me check out the nigga here. Again, hey, listen. Oh, Bloodborne 2. Have you seen the gameplay from that Shadow Dodge Twice? That shit look kind of hard.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I mean, that shit look. I ain't talking about that shit look difficult. Like, god damn.
By the way, that developer said that they're working on another game that's unannounced. So the rumor has it is that's Bloodborne 2. That may or may not come before the end of the generation.
Sony was smart. They don't need any more this generation.
You listen. Here's the thing about it, right? Yeah. Sony doesn't have to go out and buy these studios, right? They get the game. They get those Japanese games by default, and that's what people don't realize. Those games, Neo, Nier Automata, all those games came to the platform by default. Sony didn't have to spend a dime for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying is that they don't need that right now. That's just too much. A Bloodborne 2. Say that launch a new console with that. Make it co-op from the start to the beginning. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's too much overkill.
I agree with you. They do need some system sellers, if not one system seller.
You just say that
console, for next generation.
We're gonna say look, their console gonna be at least $500 at the minimum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And which I'm cool with. Which I'm cool with. You know what I mean? There's no way in hell. Because we had some leak rumor specs, and they were saying about at least 10 T-flops and at least 10 T-flops was like 16 gigs of RAM. Ain't no way in hell you getting that for fucking $400, right? In the console.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's 2 years from now, it is what it is, right? So, and like I said, I would rather a game like Bloodborne, whatever, be a next generation title. The reason why I say that is because they can take advantage of that next generation hardware, and it can look beautiful.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I
beautiful.
agree.
You know what I mean? They don't really need that right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. For next generation, do you want mandatory 60 frames a second, or do you want balls-to-the-wall graphical fidelity?
And look, here's the thing. I already said I want my face to melt. I don't have a problem with single player, like Assassin's Creed, being 30 frames. But anything, shoot or anything online, I think should be at least 60. You know what I mean? If I can have 60.
No doubt.
Yo.
Oh, hey, Dirt, you shut your shit, Dirt. Hey, actually, no, I was being very optimistic on the Xbox. I didn't bash them. Now, that was all Jay. Jay said these students going to be some dog shit. What's going on, Post? You come here, damage control?
Man, what's good? Why you always let this fuck nigga on the show? You know he ain't finna say nothing positive about Xbox. And you know this. And you do this shit purposely. You do it on purpose, nigga. You gotta stop this shit. You know this nigga is gonna downplay anything, nigga. Xbox.
Any and everything.
Any and everything Xbox.
Well, tell me, give me the positive about it. You got the article up in front of you. Give me the positive, Post.
No, I don't have the article up in front of me.
Okay, you got the notes you sent me. The fucking Ninja Theory. Yeah. Talk to me.
Yeah, the dude, Clobrill, however you pronounce his name, he's a very reputable source. Yeah. He was the one that uncovered Microsoft purchasing Forza Horizon, the Playground studio.
Yeah,
he got hold to the paper. He was also the one that got the papers on the other studio prior to E3 that had what's that studio we was just talking about? The RPG studio.
Compulsion?
Not Compulsion. The one that they supposedly be buying. That they supposed to be purchasing. Obsidian.
Okay.
He was the one that got the papers on Obsidian being purchased. He said Obsidian's signature was on the paper, but Microsoft had yet to sign it, and this was way before E3. So he the one put that out there. So Ninja Theory has already confirmed that they are working on 2 projects right now. And if you go on their timeline, they are hiring heavy for all type animators, technical directors, video art, all types of shit right now. They're hiring for. They also got a new studio and things being built. The fact that we might get a title in 2019 and 2020 is dope. I expect them to be cross-platform titles. Forza Horizon 5 is a given, given how big that game is. So that's a given. It should look crazy on next-gen hardware. Undead Labs, I think they're going to give you the same thing. At least they'll get the opportunity on next-gen hardware to do State of Decay properly. And hopefully that they're expanding, too, in terms of developers as well. And then, the Fable 4 that Playground is working on. Mm-hmm. Compulsion Games, ain't no telling. That's the question mark for me, along with the initiative. You also got Rare. They're announcing a new game in April of next year. I hope it ain't no DLC, but they did say redacted, what is usually used for unannounced games. So, I mean, there's some content coming down the pipeline that we all thought wasn't. How good it's going to be or how great it's going to be is a question mark, something that we have to wait for. But I do have faith in Ninja Theory. I do, no matter the budget or not, they are a AAA studio to me, whether they're independent or not. They're indie. The other game was an indie because it was an independent studio and they wasn't using any budget from pretty much a major publisher. They pretty much pushed that game on their own. They used $10 million of their own money. So that's what make it an indie title. Is it a AAA title? Hellblade a AAA title? I don't know. Some people say it is. Some people say it's not. But I do have faith in Ninja Theory that they're going to fuck some shit up between 2019 and the next system release.
Oh, okay. All right, Post. Now, here's a good message. Now, listen, I would hate to question your integrity, right? Now, if they got a goddamn game coming out in 2019, why ain't showing none of the E3 games, a glimpse, some art, a leg, a form, a something, a haircut, a crew cut?
Man, it's like, developers want to show they shit in the best light. Man, sometimes when you put it's a fickle thing because sometimes when you put something out there too early, the news around it doesn't really generate that well. Microsoft is pretty much an example of this, putting something out too early and then everything doesn't turn out. Look at Crackdown. Look at the other game that everybody is always talking about that got canceled. I'm a believer of showing the game when you're able to show it in its best light. And if that's something that we have to wait on, then we can wait.
All right. Okay.
Nigga that have no potential. You Sony fans once saying that in the PS3. Some of you Sony fans are fake Ninja Theory fans. I promise y'all.
Oh, man.
When y'all think, a lot of y'all out here think that they started on the PS3 first, and that was not the case. Their first ever title was on OG Xbox. And some of you niggas out here be like, "Oh, that's a Sony studio. They started off with what's that game on the PS3? Heavenly Sword. Nah, their first title was on. Oh, you fake motherfucking fans.
Kung Fu Chaos.
Listen. You don't get no credit for some shit that happened 15 years ago.
Tell them, Kratos.
What I'm getting credit to? What am I giving credit to?
What have you done for me lately? That's what need to happen. What have you done for me lately?
Look, we already know the stance you gonna take, fuck nigga. Cause Spider-Man is about to come out. You gonna take that stand as I got this now. Yeah, we know that. We know the prison, and you gonna milk that shit. That's why you taking this. What have you done for me lately? Approach, and I could respect that because if I was on your side, I would do the exact goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? No lie. Yeah. But we also know the position Microsoft in, and that what can you do now for me lately is something that we can't really push right now because we ain't got shit lately, and what we got coming, we need to wait on and haven't seen yet.
Hey, yo, hold on, pay the bills right quick, folks.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Harry Helmy. Sony is a tank on 24 wheels on the road in 60 miles per hour. MS is a Skoda with 3 wheels. I guess he meant to say scooter with 3 wheels on road and a attached sparse wheel in the ditch with 15 frames per second PUBG.
Hey, hold on. Read Dirty Riggedy.
Yeah. That was hard for me right there.
Read Dirty.
I'm gonna redeem myself on this one. That was hard for me. Okay, no disrespect, but Jay is good on MPP, but usually is a Xbox bashing fuck nigga on other podcasts. Facts. Call that fuck nigga out. We're gonna question him and Z integrity today. And then Overdose say Microsoft did say no to Hellblade at first. Did they?
I can see that. They said no to a lot of stuff, remember? That article came out, said that Microsoft turned down all of these different things, these Japanese games, and now they're trying to get back into good grace with them.
Well.
I mean, that's not a Facts post. I said it earlier before you came on. I told Z, I said it wasn't Sony that went out and bought these games and tried to get them. They came to PlayStation by default.
I'm gonna go to my trump card. You have to deny shit when you don't have no budget to work with. You know what I'm saying? You have to deny shit when you don't have a budget to work with. Yeah. I just recently, I forgot which interview I was watching, but Phil stated that the relationship between them and Japanese developers had went astray, and that he's constantly out in Japan to try to, fix that relationship with them. And so that's a good thing. At least they recognize that they fucked up with a lot of those Japanese developers. And I can understand why they're going to Sony platform. It's something that Z says all the time. If you go back into the OG days, how those guys had houses or apartments out in Japan, and they was out there constantly trying to, with those developers, and trying to get as much of their content on the OG Xbox as possible, and they succeeded. And I think Phil is pretty much taking that same road, because he's pretty much going back out there to do the same thing, and he needs to, because they missed a lot of content this generation, man. And that's another reason why the Arrival is doing so many numbers, when you got all those titles plus they're exclusive, and then you got a lot of third-party games that's not even coming to your system. Whether you're a fan base supporter, or not, that's a negative impact. You know what I'm saying? So it's only right that Sony is leading 2-1. But I do take this leak with a grain of salt. But I do know that Ninja Theory has confirmed that they are working on multiple projects, that they have multiple projects in the development. And they did recently on one of their videos, as far as I think it was the technical director or the animation director they was looking for, that they're trying to build even bigger worlds than what they did with Hellblade, even bigger games. So I think with their hiring and stuff, that we're not going to get these same kind of small games or indie style games from them, that they're going to do some big stuff.
Hold on. They got the bills already?
Go ahead.
Who is this? Nah, I got it. Shout out to Trunks. Yeah. Trunks fucked your bitch. But for what Super saying on your shit. Okay, shout out all the Xbox who said Hellblade a walking simulator, and now that MS owned them, y'all got Ninja Theory dick down y'all throat saying they own ND level. They own ND level left all out.
Okay.
Well,
you can't post. You gotta agree to that. When that game was a walking simulator, it had a boring, crazy chick in it, all of this stuff. But then when it finally came, now that Microsoft owned them, oh, it's the greatest game. It looks great on the X and all.
Well, the game always looked dope to me.
Goddamn, Carlos Fernandez. He said Pose ain't a hell of a father. Confirm these nuts.
What did he say? Let me see. Confirm these nuts also. Carlos, get your ass out of here, fuck nigga. Look, so even Kung Fu Chaos on the OG Xbox was dope and looked tremendous for a game that time on the system. If y'all remember that game, and then what they did on PS3 was dope too. But I do, for those fans, Xbox fans, be setting themselves up, man, just like they did with this Spider-Man. And I didn't heard even a lot of people on the panel, even BGST panel and all that shit, called Hellblade a walking simulator and downplayed it, even on the MPP, and then turn around soon as it get on the Xbox, it's a change of attitude. And soon Microsoft purchased the studio, it's a change of attitude. I think sometimes motherfuckers just need to shut the fuck up. Like today, if you look on Twitter, it's quiet in the Xbox community as far as Spider-Man. Ain't nobody saying shit about Spider-Man right now. But a couple days ago, motherfuckers was screenshots, creating videos, zooming in on shit, downgrade, making comparison videos, and it's quiet out there right now. It's
the Ravenflow said Xbox are collecting is all gen. This is bad. This was collecting L's. Trump, you said Boston not saying that your theory is on Naughty Dog level, laughing my ass. So here's the thing, though, right? But for those, again, I know Dilla was out there with that $1 million vocabulary yesterday, talking about ambient inclusion, all this shit, right? Talking that big bank tank, little bank.
He didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah, man. Now, like I said, you see the type of thing, that Digital Foundry kind of, this shit crazy.
Exposed them, exposed them. And then the Red Dragon came around and exposed them. Like, if you don't know what you're talking about or have an idea, just leave that shit alone.
But no, here's my thing, folks. This has always been my stance, right? Now, I know I ain't been the God-fearing man. I know I ain't been the most honest. Nigga cheat on his taxes, cheat on his... What's your name? Listen, a nigga shake it. I come from a really sketchy background, right? But even them hyping up this, what do you call, quote-unquote, supposed downgrade. This is why I say that made it look spooky. Because even with a downgrade, if you're going to go with this, still looks better than anything you have graphically when you're $5 goddamn machine. That's all.
No, I disagree with that.
Pose. What look better than Pose?
Yeah, that's Spider-Man. You tweaking. You saying Spider-Man look better than any exclusive?
On the Xbox? Hell yeah.
What name one?
You twacking, bro.
What?
You twacking, bro.
Name me one.
It ain't fucking with Gears.
Oh shit!
It ain't fucking with Gears. And if Sunset Overdrive ever get a 4K update with AZR, it's over, nigga. You know it is. You know it. Come on now. The game look good. The game look good, Z, but come on now. You're going overboard, man. And I just want to say this, man, about what you just said a few minutes ago. Look, I have a background in A+. I have my A+ as far as building computers, but that don't mean I'm a game developer and that I understand the process of game developers and the techniques that they use. Just because I know how to install a GPU or create or change different settings doesn't give me the knowledge that I now know how to create a game or understand what they're doing with a game. So stop it, fuck niggas. Okay, we can move on. Go ahead, Z.
Hey, Pose. Not like that. I love Gears as much as you, bro.
Nigga, that Gears are fucking amazing, nigga.
Bro, I love Gears just as much as you, bro.
It ain't doing what Gears doing. Graphics.
Bro, you got three colors in Gears.
Particle effects.
You got brown, gray, and burgundy. You got three colors in Gears. Brown, gray, and burgundy. We got brown, gray, and light gray. Dark gray and light gray. You got three goddamn colors in Gears of War, bro. Hell no. I love Gears, but Gears don't look better than goddamn Spider-Man graphically. I can't go with that one. To post in here, pump faking.
Here's the thing about it, man.
Pump faking.
Xbox has never really had that kind of big graphical demanding game that Sony has been able to output, right? So while Gears does look good for an Xbox game, there is way more PlayStation games that look way better than that. I mean, you got fucking Uncharted, Horizon Zero Dawn, Detroit Becomes Human, Spider-Man, the list goes on, and God of War.
Bro, look, those games, look, let me tell you something, man. And that's what y'all do all too often. Look, man, those games look great, right? I'm not taking away from them, but y'all hype them up to be looking some other than what they are when you sit there. Now, I've played God of War. And I showed myself at my guy house on his OLED B6 playing God of War on the Pro. And it looks dope. In certain areas, it look great. In certain areas, it doesn't.
Z, get your boy.
What? Am I lying? Am I lying?
Get your boy.
Am I lying? It's the consistency and the graphics in God of War all the way through.
How about this?
Hold on. It's the consistency.
I'm about to answer your question. Let me answer your question.
For somebody that's been hyping up fucking
God of War.
Tycoon
Okay. God of War looks better than anything graphically on the Xbox.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm saying the game is great.
That's all that matters.
But these games are just like any other games. In certain areas, they look beautiful. In certain areas, they look all right. You know what I'm saying? So in certain areas, the textures are dope. In certain areas, the textures are meh. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing they found in Spider-Man. It's been upgraded, but even Digital Foundry said in the certain areas look great, certain areas are, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm not downplaying the games. I'm just being honest.
Name me one scene in God of War that looks mediocre or less than another scene.
Turn your mic up, Kratos.
That motherfucker, where was I at? With all that smoke and shit, fighting them damn demons and shit with the little I was going down the stairs.
That's supposed to be fucking smoke.
No,
hey, Kratos,
I'm not saying it's supposed to be smoke. I'm just saying that map didn't look all too spectacular to me. And a lot of developers use smoke to cover up inconsistencies, as you found out in that what was that I forgot. I can't even think of the game right now. But I'm not downplaying any of the games, and I know the chat is going crazy. I love it when I can rev the chat up. I know they calling me all types of names, saying I'm a delusional, I'm a diabetic, I'm taking some drugs. I know they telling me all types of shit right now. I'm blind. Oh no, and I know these all Sony fans. I know these all Sony fans too. They can't help it. They can't help it.
You're not a hell of a father. Why are you always lying?
I know they get to stop because Sony fans are delusional. You can't
stop the fuck.
You know, when it comes to Xbox fans and when they're talking about what's going on in our system, it's something that we supposed to accept. But you can't tell a Sony fan shit. You can't tell them none. You can't tell them no wrong when it comes to Sony or their titles. And they stand firm. Even if it's your opinion, and this is my opinion, I'm not calling it fact. This is my opinion, but even they telling me I don't have the right to have an opinion on their system of choice. You know what I'm saying? This is fucking crazy. And the same thing, and don't get me wrong, the same thing happened with the hardcore Xbox fans, but it's more so on the Sony side. And I'm calling all you fuck niggas out, you delusional fuck niggas that what's up?
You know what? Here's the thing about it, right?
Hey, Kratos, you low as hell, Kratos.
Damn, man. Let me switch my Bluetooth.
You low as hell. Hold on, let me pay the bills right quick. The Raven Flow. Hold up. The Raven Flow said God of War set up to be one of the consistent shots. That's an L. And Overdone, you call us delusional when we expose you. Post.
What y'all expose? I'm just giving y'all my opinion, and y'all gonna tell me I'm crazy.
Your biased opinion?
How is my opinion crazy? How's my opinion crazy?
Well, it's
not a biased opinion.
Jack and Dax, Uncharted, the last of they're making a new IP on the PlayStation 5. Put some motherfucking respect on their name. Ninja Theory ain't near the gods. Fuck is you talking about, Post? Before you slap the shit out
man, Trunch, you better go sit your golden ass down, boy. Fuck is you talking about? Ain't nobody say nothing about Naughty Dog, boy. And Ninja Theory, I'm gonna let them speak for themselves, nigga, when they bring something out on that next generation hardware. Fuck, nigga. Y'all was just celebrating them and putting them up there with ND back in the PS3 era with that Heavenly Sword. Now you want to downplay? Go sit your ass down somewhere. Go find Gohan or something. Fuck is you talking about?
Hey, Adam Wilson, I see your tweet, man. I can't share the screen, bro. You got a dildo on that motherfucker. You trying to get me banned? Fuck, I just told you I can't share that. I see the shit and I laughed at it. I can't put that motherfucker on the screen. You got some dildos and all that shit, man. What the fuck going on?
Ain't nobody crying. I'm having fun with the chat.
Oh, we got to talk. I don't know. We want to say this for tomorrow's show, but we got to talk about this BG 24/7. Talking about Microsoft paid off the Division, Ubisoft to make Division, for parity. Hashtag no parity.
Look, y'all better tell Trunks to go find Gohan, cause he ain't fucking with Goku or Vegeta after he will beat Cell. That nigga powered down. Fuck is you talking about? But I gotta get back to work, man. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I just wanted to jump in and stir some shit up.
Hey, we hopping on that. We hopping on that. What's called tonight? PUBG though.
All
right. Say no more. All right. The Ravenflow said Xbox claims superiority over non-existing games. You're right about that. They ain't got shit right now. But listen, to be fair, just before we get up out of here, just to go over just more, how you say, this rumored Project Scarlet, exclusive list here.
Yeah.
These games, it's, for a system that doesn't have anything exclusive-wise, this is something to be excited for if you're an Xbox fan. Ninja Theory new game in 2019. Ninja Theory has another new game in 2020. Playground game is hitting back at with Forza Horizon 5 in 2021. Undead Labs, State of Decay, a shared world. It's going to expand on what State of Decay 2 was supposed to have been. That's coming out in 2021. Playground is hitting with Fable 5 in 2021. Compulsive Games, their new title will be out in 21, 22. And then Initiative 2022, that quadruple A game. And my man here, Von Lamont.
Von Lamont.
Jamal Kane said the PlayStation sold 90 million. Y'all wish, y'all ish was a dud. Xbox 50 boys. If they cleared 50.
Yeah.
He said, he said Ron Lamont said post something strapped up, letting Phil smash. God damn. Took us crazy, man. Hey, but nah, the post is passionate about that box, man. I listen. I'm getting them along, man. I'm pulling them along slowly. So I'm gonna get post. I'm gonna get him a PS4 Pro, man. I'm trying my best to get him a Pro this month, man. Look out for my brother.
Definitely.
So he can at least experience God of War.
Hey, Z, man. I told Post to sign the contracts. He refused to sign the damn pony contracts. He already won the God of War collection. Yeah, it's sitting on top of his Xbox One X.
Yeah.
So, he got some decisions he gonna have to make.
Nah, I'm gonna take my VR money, man, and get my brother. He said, "Am I my brother's keeper, man?" Look out for me, because I ain't played PlayStation VR yet. Everybody keep talking about it. I was gonna get a VR, but I can't get a VR. My brother ain't got the Pro yet, so I'm gonna get my brother get the Pro. So he can try some of this greatness.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? But listen, ladies and wait, my man SS9 Minister Entertainment says Xbox lost his face. Xbox lost face it. Yeah, this generation is over, and there's no negating that. You know what I mean? That is what it is. They lost. You know what I mean? I don't. Here's the thing. Oh, hold up. The Ravenflow only profitable game in 2 gens was their last. NT's only profitable game in 2 generations was their last. Oh. What NTS stands for? I don't know what that stands for. But okay. Oh, my man. King Blood said Dylan will be back. He said Dylan will be back, man. Now, Dylan said, wait, yo. My man, what's your... Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Garrett killed Dylan yesterday on Twitter. He said, man, my man said, man, he don't like no type of dealers. Blackjack dealers, drug dealers, gang dealers. He don't like no type of dealers. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen, my integrity is always, I want to see them fucking niggas come out there and listen, admit they was wrong. That's all. That's all, man. But listen, if you guys enjoyed this show today, as always, great. Hey, Kratos, thank you for rocking out. We gotta do some more shit together, man. It's for the moment. Hit the like button for us. Hit the motherfucking like button, man. Von Lamont, shit, it's crazy as hell. So he don't like no type of dealers, drug dealers, blackjack dealers, game dealers. Hey yo, but nah, you saw Dylan trying to get all fancy. I see all day. That. You know what ambient inclusion means. I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah, just know he's a hell of a father. But shout out to everybody in the chat though. We out here, man.
Peace.
Shit, that's.